Okay. So I'm going to introduce our speaker for today. I do want to add that March is Nutrition Month. Actually, so it's National Nutrition Month. So it only made sense for us to bring our next speaker for week 6. So let me go ahead and introduce her, which she's also a participant for this group. So I'm really excited. She's in the class with you all. Kaniah Gunter is an energetic, certified integrative nutrition health coach, autoimmune coach as well. She is the owner of Unique Guidance Nutritional Health Coaching, LLC, located in Norfolk, Virginia. She is a community health worker, cerebral palsy advocate, motivational speaker, inspirational writer, and a Christian co-author. Today, she is the Myositis Ambassador Support Group Leader, Women in Color Leader for Myositis Association. She is very passionate about helping people with chronic diseases, complex illnesses, improve on self-management skills and quality of life. Kaniah takes a holistic approach to health and helps others with unique foods and lifestyle choices. Kaniah believes healing from within starts with mind, body, and spirit. In her free time, she loves spending time with family and friends, drinking her favorite green smoothie, exercising, singing, dancing, and listening to music, and motivational speeches. Ladies and gentlemen, I do introduce you to our very own Kaniah Gunter.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Can everyone hear me okay? Because I'm on both screens here trying to do my presentation. Yes. You can hear me pretty good. Yes. All right. So she pretty much did a great introduction. So I'm just so happy to be here today. I will be shedding a lot of light on just, taking control of your health and making it top priority. And we'll be starting off because the body is such an amazing machine. So it's very important for us to make our health top priority. Some of the topics that I will be going over, and we'll be discussing, what really matters, knowing your why is it important for you to become healthy, doing it in a timely fashion. And, just doing it because you want to be able to feel good and look good in your body. So I'm going to share my screen here. Let's see. All right. All right, so let's get started right into creating a healthy and strong you. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out why it's not doing a presentation. Let's go back up. All right, so welcome. It's probably delaying because I'm so close to thing. So welcome to making your health top priority, creating a healthy you, creating long-term health goals. So let's just dive right into it. Can everyone see that?
We can't see your screen anymore. We didn't.
Look, I'm getting right into it. Hold on, let's see here. Stop sharing. Oh. Yep. Okay. 1 second. All right, can you see it? Can you see it now?
No.
No. All right, let's see.
It was working in the beginning when you first did it. Share screen. Okay, here we go. It's coming. Here you go.
Okay, I want to do presentation. I don't want to do it so where we to be clicking. All right, let's try it again. Okie dokie. Sorry for that, you guys. All right, welcome. Everyone sees it well? Pretty good now?
Perfect.
All right, let's get started. So creating the long-term health goals. You know, living with a healthy and long life, you have to do the work. You know, you have to show up and show out for yourself. You know, as far as to just taking one day at a time at the same time. For many people, fitness and health comes in spurts with short-term goals. Some common reasons to get into shape. As you guys are on today, you're finding a safe space. You're getting that support because you're working on your goals. So it could be for a wedding, for a reunion, a vacation, or running a marathon. You know, we choose to try diets and new exercises and routines with the desire to see change quickly. Unfortunately, this doesn't make the sustainable habits for long term. We don't want to do it for the short term. We want to aim for the long term. Do you know what metabolic syndrome is? So let's get into that. Half of all Americans, all over the age of 40, have metabolic syndrome. You know, despite its prevalence, few people are actually familiar with the risks that it arises from with all these clustering of health issues. So you might just put in the chat. This is a very, interactive group here. We would love to have some engagement. Be honest. Have you ever heard of metabolic syndrome? And if so, please share.
I've never heard of that terminology, but I could assume it's when your metabolism slows down.
You got your metabolism, you got those chronic illness trying to creep on in, along with some heart disease, and we'll get right into it. How well is your immune system functioning? And what is your why for getting healthy? So, your why for joining the class for 12 weeks, what do you want? Why do you want it? And when do you need it? So if you're like most people, you have more than just checking up with the doctor in mind or just losing weight. Perhaps you have been avoiding the mirror or have lost hope and confidence because you're expecting to not necessarily you're not liking what you're seeing in the mirror. Perhaps you just don't have the energy anymore to keep up with your kids, your grandkids, or being active with the dog. Whatever triggered you with your decision to burn the pounds or spending, sometime, you can spend some time with your why is essential for strategizing how to stay motivated to lose the weight or pursue any health goals. So we're taking a good look here. I pretty much put in the bullets is, do you want to look and feel good in your body? Those are some ways, to figure out, what is my why? Do you want to be here for your loved ones? That is very important. Being able to live a life of purpose and just, do the things you love, be happy and find some joy.
All of the above.
Yes. And here we have our SMART goals, being specific and taking a measurable and achievable, realistic, in a timely fashion. Back to that why and how you want it and when you want it done. So what do you want to do and how will you know when you've reached it? Is it in your power to accomplish it? So yes, give yourself a hand clap because you've been showing up every Sunday and showing up in the Facebook group along with Chastity in the group. And so you're making a full commitment. So that is very important. Can you realistically achieve it? Yes, you can, because you're showing up and you're showing out for yourself each and every day. Went a little fast. When exactly do you want to accomplish it? And I say we want to do it now because we're going to show up and we're doing it and we're taking those baby steps and we're taking one day at a time. Getting into shape is more than getting into smaller clothes. So let's hear more about that. Once you've found your why and you hone into why you're wanting to do it and feel good, to live a happier life, it takes time to internalize, not just looking at the external part, but you're looking at the internal part. Asking yourself, How will my life be differently on a daily basis, on a yearly basis, on a long-term basis? To lose the weight or feel good and to get your health back, and ways to accomplish. Well, as we all know, sometimes, how much money will you save at a doctor's visit or medications? What can your family, do with the extra money? Or how much better will I feel physically, emotionally, mentally and spiritually? One huge benefit of creating a healthy body to live in is that you're reducing your chances of developing this metabolic syndrome, which is a cluster of risk factors that over half of Americans over the age of 40 have been diagnosed with. So what is metabolic syndrome? Metabolic syndrome isn't a disease, but it's a group of risk factors that increase your risk of several diseases. And we can get right on into it, as far as to learning more about it. You have heard of your high blood pressure. That is real trendy now. High fasting triglycerides, the product of digesting and breaking down your fats in your food. Low HDL cholesterol, a high density of your lipoprotein, which is known as your good cholesterol. High fasting, blood glucose and insulin resistance, and your abdominal obesity. So it's also worth noting at this point that having any of the conditions listed above can hinder your immune system and its ability to respond appropriately to viruses and other dangers that you may encounter. And I say following up with your health on a monthly or daily or yearly basis, and when you don't follow through, there are consequences. The complications of untreated metabolic syndromes and conditions that is made up of are serious and, it could be aimed for the long term. So be sure to follow up. People with metabolic syndromes have a risk of heart attacks, strokes. That is double the risk of people who do not have metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome increases the risk of developing diabetes by 5-fold. If diabetes develops, you may be at risk for eye damage, nerve damage, kidney disease, and the need to amputate your limbs. Other issues that may develop include the hardening of your arteries, kidney disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and peripheral artery disease. And so basically, your body is operating under less than the ideal conditions, and we do not want that. So like coping with your high blood pressure and regulating your, inappropriate amounts of insulin is definitely necessary because we want to continue to keep fighting and being able to protect our immune system, so from the viruses, from the germs and the bacteria. Obesity and your immune system. What is obesity? Overweight and obesity are defined as abnormal or excessive fat accumulations that present a risk to your health. So I got some of my resources from the World Health Organizations, and it states that 4 million people die each year as a result of being overweight or obese since 2017. Abdominal obesity or visceral fat is the most obvious clue to metabolic syndrome. In fact, the adipose tissue in obese people, it's, insulin resistance. So that assess as far as to inflammation, it weakens the immune system. So what are your excuses when it comes down to not showing up and showing out for yourself? Everyone has an excuse, not living the ideal healthy lifestyle. Maybe, you don't have time. Maybe your job doesn't make it possible for you to, take care of your health as much as you would love to. I can't afford a healthy lifestyle. Yeah, and sometimes it could be on the expensive side. I don't know how to be healthy. So, getting that accountability partner, health coach, having, you've got your top chef here, Chastity, just learning more and asking those questions and not so much honing in into I can't do it, but making an effort to do it. So it talks about feelings of self-worth, lack of self-love, and poor mental health can all play a role in stopping you from moving forward. So that self-talk is very important too when it comes down to moving forward. Creating time for movement. We all want to, we have it in the back of our head to keep it moving and to move forward because it makes us feel good. It gives us life. It gives us energy. Finding the time for creating healthy habits, it can be challenging at times. But, most like people, we like to balance work, family, self-improvement. And at the same time, when we don't follow through, we sometimes put it on the back burner. So we want to keep that up. We want to keep moving. We want to keep being energized. In order to create time in your already full schedule, take those baby steps. When it comes down to even walking up and down the aisle of the grocery store, or just taking those mini walks, outside of watching TV, making that shift. We probably won't go over all the slides, but I'm gonna try to zoom on through. Making positive lifestyle choices. If you're serious about improving your health, it's important to make it easy for yourself to make those good choices. From what you already have in your hand and working with what you got as far as from the refrigerator, the pantry, adding in those good things and kind of like crowding out the bad things. Every day we're faced with dozens of choices that contribute to our health. And it takes away from it, but at the same time, drawing back to what's already in the house, what's already in the refrigerator, and what we already have. So work with what you got. Finding the support that you need. Hey, it's okay to have someone to listen in to how you're feeling. Getting that support, that buddy system is definitely it. Making any change in your life is difficult. And it's even more difficult when you don't have that support. So reach out for help. When it comes to improving your health, it's very important to have that accountability person to help provide you and help you build your confidence. And not doing it for the short term, but aiming for the long term. Eliminating foods that aren't serving you. Well, that goes back to, we talk a whole lot about the Mediterranean diet, healthy ways, as far as to not adding in so much of your microwavable bowls and things that you're actually within the processed foods area. Trying to stick it to the grocery store, stick to the outside aisles. It's very important. Choosing whole foods. I think that we have our produce and our fruits and our vegetables, and the inside aisles are nothing but your sweets, your breads. So, noticing, starting noticing as far as to what everything looks like when it comes down to making those choices from the grocery store, or just picking whole foods, vitamins, minerals, fiber, protein, and healthy fats. Well, sleep is very important. Sleep is our nature's nurse. Going to bed early, sticking to a routine, avoiding those sugars and caffeine before bedtime, turn off your headlights if you choose to. As far as I know me, I have to have everything dark. Sleep is crucial to your health. Minimizing your stress is very important when it comes to your health because, it does play a part sometimes on your nervous system. Stress is, however, the one silent danger it creates and leaks in your life, and sometimes you don't even know it, and we do call it a silent killer. Allowing unhealthy habits to sneak on in, whether it's from working to being able to a candy bar is so much easier in the moment, but just making those healthy choices, drawing back to your fruits and your vegetables, and making those healthy choices also help you with sleeping well. Before you know it, you're going against all the rules for healthy living, and we don't want that. We want to be able to get our rest. And the cortisol production set off stress drives fat straight to your belly, which is your gut health. Increasing your risk of those chronic diseases and impairs your metabolism. And so I encourage you to stay motivated, even when you're within the 12 weeks, outside of the 12 weeks, moving forward. Not doing it for the short term, but doing it for the long term, and drawing back to your why is so important for you to continue to stay healthy and stay on track. This is why it's important, because you want to be able to stick to a plan that works for you, doing it at your own pace. And at the same time, pre-planning a routine that sets aside for mental space is very important for you to continue to execute the plan and not having to worry about where to go next or what to do. And creating a healthy mindset. Creating a healthy mindset, you're getting, sometimes we could get too obsessive about what's going on with our body. From wanting to count the calories to wanting to work out every day to, sometimes that can create more stress on our body and sometimes having us backfire. So the question is, have you had challenges with adopting a healthy mindset when trying to achieve your health goals while on the 12 weeks? Well, this is the 6th week. Have you had any challenges? You can put it in the chat. And along any challenge or, with making healthy lifestyle choices, embracing the challenges is also important, because, you have those dreams of running a marathon. You're wanting to learn to meditate more and to center yourself and find balance. You're also wanting to, maybe want to think about becoming a vegan or participating in the Mediterranean diet, or, so from not going from 0 to 60, you will only learn and lead to what? Defeat, because you're trying to rush into it and not really take your time, and it doesn't work overnight. What's the easiest thing for you to focus on today? Well, this week, this month, eliminating those processed foods, going and living by the Mediterranean diet as much as you can. At the same time, eating on a routine, and focusing on your natural rhythm of things as far as to making that process and making that effort. And we do have to trust the process. And it's 6 o'clock. Got one more slide, Jack. So in a society where we're learned to expect high-speed internet, this is my favorite part here. The next day we expect a whole lot of that instant gratifications. They talk about, like, your next day Amazon delivery and your instant responses to emails and text messages. It's safe to say that we just love things that happen quickly. Well, unfortunately, as we discussed at the beginning, it doesn't work when it comes down to your health. You have to take those steps, showing up for yourself and making those sustainable, ways of living and becoming healthy, because there's no quick fix. And, if you want to be healthy for a long time, you have to be able to play the long game, build your confidence up and stick to the task. All right, so that is the end of our time together, but it's just the beginning, of the rest of your journey towards a healthy and stronger you. And I thank you so much for spending the time with me today. I know we kind of really jiffed through the slides, but I hope that you guys kind of got, something out of it. And I wanted to share a quote before I actually jump off. You can't control everything, but sometimes you just need to relax and have faith, and just do the things that's working out for you. Let go a little bit and let life happen. That is a quote that I wanted to share with you by Cody Keplinger. And that kind of stuck out to me today, because sometimes we just can't control everything that's happening to us, but we can control by letting go and having a little bit of faith. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, Kaniah, thank you so much. I was on mute, but thank you so much for your time. I do want, I know you are a health and wellness coach, and I want everyone on the call to see how they could reach out to you. If you could give your socials, your email, or however it is, all of your contact information, and you can put it in the chat, but you can also say it as well.
Okay. Well, I'm on Facebook, and I have my Facebook Unique Guidance Nutritional Health Coaching Facebook Live group, which is Kaniah Gunter. You can find me on Facebook. And the Unique Guidance Nutritional Health Coach and Facebook Live group is also, you can find me in that area. I will also put in, you said I'm on Instagram too. And then let's see here.
And you can put it in the chat, Kaniah. I
I
know it's a
will.
lot because when people ask how you get in there's so many ways. So just put it in the chat. That's fine. And I do
Okay.
want to present. I know that you are a part of the Let's Fight Back. And I know you are local for me. You in Norfolk, Virginia. I'm in Chesapeake. So I do want to give you a gift card for a Mediterranean restaurant. So lunch will be on Emblem olive oil. So expect that within this week. So thank you so much. And if we have time, if anyone have questions, go ahead and ask your questions right now. I do want to say that 40, it just really stuck out. I'll be turning 39 this month. And so I am really, really focused on my gut health, because if that disease formed, like you said, in that gut with high blood pressure, it will just be more trouble for me to control. It'll be harder, or more stress. And I'm not trying to live in stress. So life is not over with at 40, guys, okay? We just gotta be more cautious of what we eat and just our health and stressors as well. So thank you so much, Kaniah, for that. You really got me. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm almost to the 40 mark. Let me get on top of things.
I'm putting the rest of my good stuff in here. 1 second, guys.
Okay.
I'm working too. I got a laptop in front of me and everything is in front of me.
Yeah, because I see your name is still in here in the Zoom.
I was a little bit nervous about doing a laptop, so I said, no, because that is not going to work. The Wi-Fi